I visited a possible retreat location today. I visited a possible retreat location today. Nice spot, just what we need, not too big, not too small.
Dr. Umar Johnson is from my city, the city of Philadelphia. He's from North Philly. Dr. Umar Johnson is a very, very, very highly educated and intelligent man. He's very charismatic. He's one of the best speakers of our generation. And, he's known for talking a good talk. But he's been receiving money for a school for just about 10 years, right? But he still hasn't opened up the Frederick Douglass Academy. Now, I'm good friends with Dr. Umar's father, Brother Jamil. Brother Jamil is very respected in the city for doing a lot of activist work, real work on the ground. The people of Philadelphia really respects Brother Jamil. But Dr. Umar, he does a lot of talking. He's the King Kong of consciousness, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. And, he's Dr. He has all these kind of crazy names. And he has a lot to say about so many people, but Dr. Umar has yet to open up the school. So now Dr. Umar has another quick grip. He's doing this.
Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde. I got some good news. I visited a possible retreat location today. I visited a possible retreat location today. Nice spot, just what we need, not too big, not too small. I really liked it. Old-fashioned cabin style. Mother Nature is beautiful. So I'm going to schedule the first retreat. I think the first retreat is going to be a non-therapeutic retreat. We're going to go political. There's going to be a mix of political retreats, and it's going to be a mix of healing retreats. We need the political retreats so that we can build, and we need the spiritual retreats so we can heal.
And that's not all.
For example, I'm going to be doing a Black Book Club retreat, a Black Book Club retreat where you read part of the book at home, and then you come to the book club and you read the other half while you are at the retreat location, and we talk about it. I'm going to do a Pan-Africanist retreat, a new Pan-Africanist retreat for those who are studying the philosophy and history of revolutionary Pan-African nationalism. I'm going to do a Pan-Africanism retreat, one for the adults, and then a young Pan-Africanist retreat. Okay, I'm going to do a Black educators retreat, Black couples retreat, newlywed retreat, couples having problems retreat, a think tank. We're going to have different think tank retreats on economics, think tank retreats on Black children, think tank retreats on the Black family. It's going to be nice. And we're only going to do 30 people per retreat.
Now, this man has raised over $800,000 for the school to build the FDG or something academy, which has which still don't exist after all these years. But he wants to do all these retreats. He doesn't have a wife. He has 2 children. He's not with none of these women. But he wants to do a therapy retreat. He wants to do a couples retreat. How you this guy's so far gone in his mind, like this is crazy. But again, people can come online and they can get away with this stuff. But he's still trying to raise money for the school. If he's still online talking like this.
Summer 2021 belongs to my school, our school. I am inside of your school, Pan-African Excellence. Hit the Cash App. Let's finish what we started. Hit the Cash App. Let's finish what we started. $ FDMG School. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Hit the PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Send them check of money orders. Send them check of money orders to FDMG Academy.
And Philadelphia is a strong Muslim community, has a very, very strong Black Muslim community. And a lot of brothers in North Philly and around the city supported Umar, and they also support his father. But because Umar talks so much and he talks about being the Prince of Pan Africanism and the King Kong and all just a whole bunch of wild stuff, a lot of people now are pulling their support and they're talking like this.
So Dr. Umar is finally opening up his school. But the reason why I'm bringing that up is because I'm like, why is nobody promoting it? Why is he not promoting it? It says it's supposed to open on September the 12th. September the 3rd of this month. You know, my thing is that this has been a school that all blacks have been waiting for 20 years. Now, I'll keep it real with you. How Dr. Umar, or how I found out about Dr. Umar, was he was supposedly to be related to Frederick Douglass. But one of Frederick Douglass' family members came out and exposed that it wasn't true. Then he doubled down and said, no, I didn't say I was kin to him, that his family members, I guess, were in-laws, that he was related to him by marriage. But what I want to know is why Dr. Umar not promoting the school.
So this guy, he took meetings with Sukiyana, the real nasty chick. Ain't no telling what they done did behind the scenes because she said that she would get with Dr. She said what she would do with Dr. Umar. So Dr. Umar sat down with her. We remember the conscious stripper. It's just a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of allegations with different women. But again, while all this was going on, he was still collecting donations. But a lot of things came to a head when he went and sat down with Lord Jamar on the Yanameen podcast, and he said that he thought that Lord Jamar was an ally, but this happened.
$750,000 about 20 months ago. You end up purchasing 2 buildings, yes?
4 buildings.
4 buildings. Okay, for about
2 schools, 4 buildings.
2 schools, 4 buildings for $400,000.
It was more than that.
Okay. Well, everybody wants to know, where's the extra money? Where'd the extra money go? And why is it taking so long to open this school? Like people feel like, and I'm not just going to say people feel, because I'm also going to share a story with you as well.
Yes, sir.
But people feel like, the time that 6 years is just a very long time to be raising money. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And to finally get the buildings that you ended up getting that are in disrepair and all of that. And I think it's the transparency that people are looking for. A lot of people are looking for you to be more transparent. And when they don't see this transparency, it makes them feel, skeptical.
Okay. Let me speak to some of that.
Yes, please.
Okay. Number one, I'm transparent with my donors. I'm transparent.
Now I'm being told that they're, people say when your actual donors will ask certain things, they said you will sometimes block them and all this type of stuff.
That is not true. Those are not donors. Those are haters. My donors have direct access to me. I talk to them. I know who they are. Most of them are repeat donors. My donors range everywhere from Black professionals. I have lawyers, I have engineers, I have business owners, all the way down to the retired great-grandmom who's sending me $10 a month because she want to see this plan come to fruition.
And that interview took place probably about 3 years ago. And at this time, he was still collecting money. But the problem with Dr. Umar is he's very arrogant and he doesn't take any accountability, to the point where his father even was coming online speaking out against him because, like I said, he's not just representing himself, he's representing his family. But because he don't take any accountability, when he first came on, because he was so charismatic and good at what he did, he had so many people donating to him and wanting to follow him and was listening to him because he was a child psychologist and he worked in the schools and he did all these things. But now, all these years later, where a lot of people now have turned against him, he still hasn't humbled himself. He's still talking like this when he goes to podcasts.
I was interviewed by Lord Jamal, former artist of Brand Nubian. I'm a Brand Nubian fan. I love the music, the old school music. And when I did the Lord Jamal interview, I thought I was being interviewed by a colleague and a supporter. I didn't know Lord Jamal was an undercover hater. When I come into an interview, Sister Teller, if I'm aware that I'm being interviewed by a hater, I'm prepared. So when I went on Roland Martin, I knew a hater was going to come for me. You feel me? I remember I was interviewed in Connecticut one time from a brother. I knew he was a hater. I thought Lord Jamal was a supporter. So I was bothered in that interview because I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought you was down with Dr. Umar. I didn't know you wanted to bring me on your platform to try to undermine my work.
And the crazy part of this is he called he called that brother a hater, right? He called Lord Jamar a hater for asking him questions. Because you're not allowed to question King Kong or the Prince of Pan-Africanism. You're not allowed to press or question him, even though he's taking money. And Lord Jamar is just asking for transparency. But now he's a hater. You thought he was an ally. Well, he's no longer an ally because he's asking you questions about what are you doing? Where's the money? What's taking you so long? I mean, but the hypocrisy is he was in Canada on a podcast up there, and he was questioning other people about how they spend their money and about what they're doing for the community and what they're not doing for the community. But this is how delusional this guy. Some people could be so educated but so delusional at the same time. I mean, he got the audacity to talk like this.
Ask you a question. If I sold dope for 30 years,
Yeah,
and I gave it up and now I'm raising my kids,
yeah.
am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly giving money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
None.
Stop. How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say.
And see, Dr. Umar, you know, he wants to do retreats. He wants to open up these schools. He wants to be a therapist. He wants to be like all of these different, have all these different things at one time without producing nothing. And I told you, like people like this can still get a following. Now, how are you going to be a marriage and couples counselor? How? You have 2 kids with a woman that you're not even with. What are you going to talk to 2 married people about? I mean, you know, you want to be like, you want financial think tanks. How are you going to have a financial think tank, Umar? But this is the garbage and this is the crap that goes on online. When you come on here, you could be the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. He's supposed to be a black intellectual. Had he came out and just humbled himself and walked as a black intellectual the way he was when he first came out, Umar would have been had that money. All kinds of people would have donated to Umar. Everybody. Because Umar was that charismatic when he first came out before we got a chance to see the ego. Then number 2, if he was to get the school open, how are you going to keep it funded? Number 3, you have shown the inability to be able to work with people. So who's going to be able to work with you with that massive ego that you have? How that's going to work out? And these are the things that people need to question, because it should be to the point now he shouldn't be able to show up nowhere until he produced something. We know he has talent. We know that he's highly intelligent. But until you produce, we're not rocking with you. And that's what he should be held. Those are the standards that he should be held to now after all this time. He shouldn't be still getting called to come into different cities and feeling emboldened to come online and say that he's going to be he's going to have a relationship retreat, and he's going to have all these retreats for people when he hasn't even produced a school, when he's took hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when they ask for transparency, he can't even give it to you. I don't blame Umar. I blame the black community for that. I blame the black community. Y'all are at fault for this. But I'm going to cut this video short here, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, man. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.